time are we at? Hour and 14 minutes in. It is 9:16. Yeah, we got plenty of time. I'll at least be able to get day 1 of the actual case in. December 26th, 9:44 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby No. 2. Karma? That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He's a god of prosecution, right? A god. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Wedgeworth. Ugh. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. Alright, I'll catch you tomorrow, Rallis. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. Dark and early. Me and Rallis, work together. So was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep! Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me, times 20. That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god amongst prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia. Mia. Uh-huh. You could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh. I can't. Sorry, I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. What are you two whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. December 26th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Mother frickin' Von Karma himself. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here were I not completely prepared? Right, my apologies. Even scared. I got the judge scared. Very well, your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of this case. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Describe the incident, now. Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at this map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve, around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping there, or here, on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Alright, map of the added to the court record. Testified to the court about the arrest now. Oh, wait, Mr. Von Karma. Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling the proceedings. Wrong. There is only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right. No, he's not. You're arrested, Edgeworth. A man called to the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Miss Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Miss Edgeworth. I see. Very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now. Miss Edgeworth. You received a call from a man? Yeah. But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, yeah, right? God, this guy's voice. Objection! That woman and the man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously. Different people? There were 2 witnesses. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today I have summoned the woman who was camping. The woman who was camping. A lot of heart. What happened next, detective? We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake? Well, I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto for the month is get there quick. That was your motto last month. Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I look forward to your next your salary review. So much for looking forward to these days. This is no time for dejected daydreaming. Continue. Yes, sir. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then? Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts. Yes, sir. Man, he's got his share of objections. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found. Why didn't you think he was suspicious? You should know. You have a deep, trusting relationship with prosecutors. Detective, the court isn't interested in your musing. Deep, trusting poppycock. I've never heard so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force. Ugh. Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good. Continue, now. But the next morning, a body was found at the lake. Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart, fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well. The court accepts the bullet into evidence. Pistol bullet added in the court record. Found in the victim's body, fired from a .22 caliber pistol. So we had to arrest Miss Edgeworth. Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol. Detective Gumshoe. This is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right, sorry, Your Honor. Murder weapon was found in the boat. The boat was decisive evidence. Nick, doesn't it seem like Detective Gumshoe is being a little vague? I bet Von Karma is feeding him lines. His testimony's probably filled with landmines, just waiting for me to press. What do we do? Rid our teeth and press. I guess What else can we do? Well said, Nick. You're the man. What about the pistol? It decisive evidence. Tisk. Ah. He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There was fingerprints on the gun, or the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What? Order! Order! So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. Bears prints from Edgeworth's right hand. 3 times. Interesting. Members of the court. We now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective. Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistics markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. What the frick is with this douchebag? God, I hate Von Karma! Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate, indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was, without a doubt, fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was recovered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Order! Order! This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive, yes? Honestly, I could declare the verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak? No doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge? Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess, now. But wait, just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man. Yes. This court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway? December 26th, 11:09 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon? And the foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was it that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh? How am I supposed to convince anyone of that? Say, Mia. Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh. Sorry, it's no good. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? I can't call my sister. Or I might as well not be here, right? No, I need you here. No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help. It's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium. You can't even contact spirits. Aw, everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out. Really? Right! Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Poor Edgeworth. Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness. Yes. Miss Lotta Hart, take the stand. Lotta Hart, you are a research student at a university. That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective, understood? Y'all need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand. Very well. Your testimony, please. Witness account. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in a boat. There was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake and the boat but that boat. Enough. Huh? Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accepted it as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Order! I will remove people from this courtroom if I do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There was no other boats on the lake. So that man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. Order! 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 I will have order! Well, Judge, the evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant... Excuse me! Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. A cross-examination. We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? The photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or, do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court. Nick, contempt? Contempt of court, you know. I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? You really think there was a contradiction in the facts in her testimony? I think there was. I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Just. Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. It's Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Huh? Yeah, well, yes. I know you want to find contradictions, but really... your next contradiction is a little bit more relevant to the trial. Witness continued her testimony. I was in my car. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This is still also suspicious. This hard. Could you be more specific about your research? What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have anything to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Wait! Now that is... I am the one who says that. Well then say it already. Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. I think my mouse might be dying. I heard this bang come from the lake. So you weren't looking at the lake at the time? Nope. I looked after I heard that noise. She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with a witness. Ugh. And I looked out the window. I saw two gents in a boat. Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? Uh-oh. No, it was freaking foggy. Wait a second. I wasn't asking about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men. Ah, yeah, well, of course. The witnesses testified that she saw them. There is also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for precious contradictions. He jumped. And quick, he's hiding something. Yeah, the fact that it was freaking foggy as all hell. Oh, I'm gonna save just in case this is dumb. Oh, it is raining. Sorry, it's raining. Rallis said something about it raining earlier, and I didn't hear rain, but now I hear rain. I thought it was my cat scratching at something. So, present. You're on. That statement contradicts this evidence. Oh, come on. Bullcrud. Could you clearly see the two men? Let's look at the big. Oh, shoot. This is the one I already looked up. Another bang. There we go. You were watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. On Karma, I think I hate you. It's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? There wasn't an area thing on the boat, but that, or the lake, but that boat. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. That sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake. Almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. Ugh. No need for further questions. Objection for sustained. That's what I'm... Sustained! Yes, of course. Oh, great. Enough. I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems that you were unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. But, Your Honor, you keep your promise. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize you for further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Nick. A lot of testimony is fishy, Nick. That real fishy. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision, then pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Wedgeworth, please take the stand. Who was that? It was me. Maya. Is something wrong? Do you need us to use? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not. Lot of heart. Your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lada, Did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol? You will stand down. This court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst. Answer me, Lana! What's the big idea, treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it, I saw Edgeworth. Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He's in contempt of the court and must leave. No. No? Wait. I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Ha. What's the difference? All that remains is the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong. Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said clearly she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her. Booyah! Order! 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 You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. What? Mr. Lada Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her. But he is in contempt of court. No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me. Very well. Mayor Fay, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Mayor, here to save the day. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I will not tolerate badgering of my witness. I'm running out of time. I better find a contradiction in here or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. The last statement. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. That's it. Uh-oh, I don't have... Alright. Press. Well, what about the other man? You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness testimony. Well, find it if you can. Mr. Wright, I have to assign you a penalty. Dang. That's it? Okay. What is that? Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? What you got? Or you got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took. The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photograph. It's clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? The picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth? How? What? What? Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please. Yet now she has, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself, Miss Hart. What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course, I said I could, and I meant I could. Then please testify as the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. How Edgeworth was seen. Okay, there is a storm going on, and it is getting pretty heavy. We're definitely going to be calling it soon, guys. You're right. It was a cold night, and the fog was thick as grits. So, once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in my car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out of the lake, I looked in with my binoculars. See? No problem. Use binoculars. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. If there was a heavy fog, how would binoculars change it at all? What do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog. But you say you clearly saw him? I did, yeah. Enough. There's no room for doubt in her testimony. She sounded pretty doubtful to me. But I have to find the clear contradiction first. I don't care how many Von Karma objections I get. Gotta find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do. So, how could you see Edgeworth? Now, just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types never find a gal where I'm from. Defense attorney is have trouble with that as it is. Nobody loves me. Once I finish setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Your camera? Ah. Yeah, it's got an automatic. The issue we are concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with it at all. Objections stand. It's not letting her answer any of my questions. Still, I brought the binoculars with me. Binoculars. Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? I got doubts about your camera, too. Is that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright. Is the camera really relevant to this case, or if you believe it is, you may continue with your line of questioning. But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? I'll save, because we've already screwed up a little bit. Press further. Let's make a break of time. The camera is the utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was set up to take pictures of the meteor shower. When I heard the noise... I love when it's just like one little extra line of dialogue. Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited for stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight, huh? Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her intellect. Now, wait a minute! Continue your testimony. You were saying that how it was that you saw Edgeworth. Ugh. No unnecessary comments, please. Your Honor. Ah, God. There was heavy fog, you would... Oh yeah, this is already something we've listened to. That's what I needed. You were photographing shooting stars. That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of stars, Miss Hart. Oof. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not there to take photos to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well, then what exactly was she photographing? Show evidence. Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? Why, she was trying to take a photograph of Gordy. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy. Ah, the sighting of Gourd Lake. Well, Miss Hart, I never heard of no lake monster. You got a proof of something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I have proof? I have it. Proof. Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. What is the proof the witness was trying to take a photograph? It was this, because it's specifically sound. This is the proof, Miss Hart. Your own camera. What? The camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here was taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy, according to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had to set your camera to respond to loud noises. Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. All you lawyers that smart. So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! Whoa! But, as she so sincerely said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart. Why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change, it has to. And I'm going to spot it. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photography. God, I can speak English. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping by the lake. But that's not all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. F you. The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she's a researcher, student, or a photographer has no bearing on the case. There's no need to waste more time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Karma is up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her. Why? Because why? Was there a contradiction? Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind. Ha! That would be a first. Very funny. You understand that this is your last chance to cross-examination, Mr. Wright? If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood. Yes, Your Honor. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop would be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. That's not all I was hiding. That. Oh, there was nothing on the lake but the boat at the time. Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so, nope. The lake was smooth as glass. Nobody was on the shore neither. I better find some sort of contradiction. There's nothing much else to look at. Yep. I don't know. She heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there. Kind of doubt she was wasting any time looking at that boat. What? What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness, continue. Hold your hush, puppies. Pops, I'm getting there. Nope, I screwed up. Ah! Just because I'm just about near freaking out of freaking attempts. Fudge. Was there nothing on the lake but that boat at the time? Huh? Wait. So you're thinking maybe he was shot from another place? I don't think so. Nope. Lake was smooth as glass, and nobody was on the shore neither. Then what manner of person are you? I'm not sure I'm a highfalutin enough to be called a manna of anything. An investigative photographer? Yep. You get your photo and sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year. And guess what? What? There was a UFO just hanging in the sky. A UFO? You know, an unidentified flying object, a UFO. That's when I had a sort of revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. Kind of a shaky basis for a career. Is Gordy really that newsworthy? Heck yeah! They even had him up on the TV. I'm not sure that appearing in the local news, rumor of the month segment qualifies. Last month segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe. Hey! They also had a picture of him in the newspaper, for real. Mr. Wright, there's one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we? Yes, Your Honor. That's why I was camping out by the lake. That's why you put an automatic sensor on your camera. Yep, borrowed it from a university professor. It analyzes every sound it picks up, and when it gets a bang, it snaps a shot. Yep. So how many pictures has it taken so far? The only time it triggered was that night. That's all I was hiding. I think it's time you told us what you felt about... You had to hide about your true purpose at the lake. Heck, if word got out what I was up to, the lake'd be swarming with competitors. Competitors? Yeah! Second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop. Ah. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? Well, actually... Mr. Wright, I will not have you asking questions that have no relevance to the case. Whatever you say on camera, I know you told her to keep quiet. Bang, I looked straight at the lake. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I couldn't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper sound than I would have expected. There wasn't much else to look at, so I watched the boat the whole time, and I saw a splash near the... I don't get what evidence he's talking about. Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It's the only thing that out there, any normal person be looking at it. I agree, any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? Y'all want to step out here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordon. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Ah! Thanks for the thought, Alice, but it suddenly hit me. I'm like, wait a minute. She'd be looking for Gordy, and we have the thing about Gordy, so it's just like a roundabout for it. Order. Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Ah! Well. Huh. Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might not be out there and all. Miss Hart! Are you saying that you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, you know, I could be a witness to a murder and all. Kinda got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat till now. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof. Still, we can't see who's shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took the photo and... Witness. That's enough. You've had a long day, shut your pie hole. Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who was shooting. That's why she said she was going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but should let us see who's who. She enlarged that photograph. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet the enlarged photo was something bad for Von Karma. Now, this is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth or worse. What should I do? Make her show the enlargement. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photo, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has the enlargement not been presented to the court? Because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place, you old fool. Gotcha! What is the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Miss Hart. Show me the photo of the... Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to submission of the evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. Oh, hi, Stargazer. Aren't you just cute? We still cannot see who is firing in this. It could be the defendant, or it may be it's not. Stargazer can't. I love how somehow she's just under the camera. Oh, now she's very much in front of the camera. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Cat stream! Taken automatically. It's on 12/25 at 12:15. Happy now, Mr. Wright? There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. Little good it has done for any of us. That is why requested she not show it. Oh, but you're wrong. Because the freaking fingerprints were from Edgeworth's right hand, and the gun was in the attacker's left hand. Rallis has got it. I suppose that means, or this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. Then I would like to close this cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart, and none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when the trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Wait, this is not supposed to be how it goes. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Object to the enlargement. Show other evidence. Wait! Your Honor. This evidence. F you. I believe we have spent enough time talking about evidence. Indeed. We've heard opinions on every piece of evidence but this enlargement. I see no point in retracing our steps. This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Check the enlargement? Your Honor, there's something decidedly strange with its enlargement. What might that be? That's what I mean. Douche karma. Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. It's the hand, motherfricker. Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand what is strange about the shooter. Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand? The hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. Why? It's the fact that the fingerprints are Miles's right hand. The evidence is clear. The man in the photograph is holding the pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do that, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? Larry. I'm sorry. Larry. I mean, it's gotta be the victim himself. There's only one explanation remaining. I know, right? The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Order! Order! So, you were saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright, but suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wounds revealed the distance at which he was shot. The distance. The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet! That boat ain't big enough for 3 feet! There's no way it could have been a suicide. Order, order. Mr. Von Kammer, are you sure that the accuracy of your data? Of course, I had already considered the possibility of a suicide, you see. Updated autopsy report. Apparently, that's the one he got from Von Karma. I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, or Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for the trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. This court is adjourned. I know, right? That's what I was saying in the last case. It is no longer my problem. I have evidence that my defendant is not guilty. Trial over. December 26th, 1:15 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew, that was a close one. Hey! Don't you have anything to say? No, I haven't yet. To be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but what happened out there on the lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh, right. Yeah, what? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Would it kill you just to state how you really feel about her with a thanks, Edgeworth? Exactly. I requested a transcript of the Lotta's entire testimony. I thought I might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter. So the only part of her testimony that stood up was the bang she heard. It too sounds like it shot just after midnight. But here's the thing. The gun's been shot 3 times.